Hello everyone, we are just trying to solve this LeetCode problem called longest repeating character replacement, and I'm just going to solve this problem using TypeScript, and let's see how we do it. Okay, so first let's try to understand the problem that we have at our hand, and then we'll see what are the constraints we are given, then try to solve it, right? And for example, I will start with a string which is given. It's A, A, then we have a B, then A, then B, and again B. And we've been given K is equal to 2, right? This is the problem we have. So first, let's understand the problem. What do we have in this case? You've been given a string, you've been given a constraint, right? What does this constraint stand for? It stands for how many values you can replace within that string. And what's the solution you have to give? You have to figure out what is the longest string you can get by replacing two characters, like the k characters, and when you return that string, that should include the same character and without any break. Those should be consecutive characters. What does that mean? For example, let's say how many times you see A here, right? One, two, three, and four, right? How many times do you see B here? One, two, and three. Now, if you think about it, there is two characters you can replace. You can replace this with the A and this with the A, right? Then how many characters you get? One, two, three, four, five, and six. Your answer will be six. Your result will be six, right? And if you think about it, those characters should be in a consecutive order, right? Like this. This is the correct solution. If you see something like this, A, B, A, 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 even though this is seven times A, but there is a B in between. So this solution is not correct. What is the biggest solution? A string like that, right? What is the solution in your case? This is the biggest. So it will be 4, like you have used all your case, not that you'll have left with any, but in this situation, that's the 4 is the biggest case. So what is the thing? You can replace k characters and you have to return a consecutive string, which should only include a single type of character, a single character, not even type, right? If it could be all A, all B, A to Z, right? Anything. Now, there are a few ways to solve this problem, and the first, let me tell you about the brute force method. How do you do that if you have to do it brute force, right? And in that case, let's just say we have the same thing, we have the same constraint of k2 and this string. Now see, what you will do in the brute force method, let's just say you have a pointer left, which is pointing here. You have a pointer right, which is also pointing to here, right? Now what you'll do, you will keep moving your right pointer from this to every other string, right? In this case, how do you do it? First, you will see, okay, how many times A has appeared. You will keep a track of, okay, A has appeared once here, twice here, thrice here, right? And you got one, two, three, and then this is A? No. So you will move next. Okay, this is A, then we got to 4, right? And we move here. No, not this, not this, right? What is the value you get? You get the maximum 4, and then you start from then you move your L from this point and then check again this. Then you move again this, right? And then you get what is the most time you can get? It's 4, and then you can replace two characters, right? You will replace these two and you will get your answer 6. That's the one way to do it, but this is not the optimal solution. Because why? Because for each value you have to check with the value beside that, right? Another value. So the solution for this one will be O and square, which is not the most optimized way. So the method I'm just going to solve, which is more optimized than this one, is going to use a sliding window. Uh, We are going to use the sliding window to solve this problem, and let's understand how that works. Let's try to understand how it works. We will code the part later. Let's just understand how it will work, right? See, how can we see about it? Again, we will start with two pointers. We will keep moving ahead, and this time we will check how many times a character has appeared, right? And there one more thing that we will keep track of is most frequent value, right? How does that work? Let's just say you started from here, right? And you will have a map, hash map, you can call this hash map, and you will start storing a value here. Okay, you start L from here, right? Then you keep moving your right this pointer here, 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 there, and here, like this, right? And first time you got here, okay, A has appeared once, okay, A has appeared twice, A has appeared thrice, right? By the time we get, okay, we found B. How many times B has appeared? Okay, once. Okay, we found A one more time. Okay, let's make it four. And how many times? Okay, we found another B, another, right? And if you do this, you will, this is what you will get, this is what give you most frequent character. Now this is, you have found it in the whole string, but you have to think about in a window. How do we think about it like that? Let's move a little bit here. Now see, when you moved your uh let me see, when you moved your right pointer here, what is the size of your window? First, it was size 1 because it was like this one, this long, right? Let me erase it first, right? And let me start again. First, the size was this. Again, when we move to this, right, and this, and the size is increasing. Let's just say this is a window size, right? This is a size. It's not that you have to again start from here. You don't have to do that in this case, right? As the window size increasing, what you can check within that window, you can check, okay, how many, what is the most frequent character within that window, right? For example, let's say this, right? Uh, this is the window you got here, right? This is the loop you got. Within this window, how many times A has appeared in the window, not whole string. I'm not talking about this whole thing. I'm just talking about this part of the window, right? So in this part, if you see, the A has appeared thrice, right? A has appeared thrice. How many times B has appeared? B has appeared once, right? Now we've been given this constraint. Now within this window, right? If you try to figure out, if you have to say there is a valid window, there is invalid window. What is a valid window is, right? What is a valid window? Let me erase all this. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, see, uh, for the valid window, you will have a formula like this. The size of the window, right? And minus from that, uh, this is the size, right? Minus most frequent character, and it should always be less than or equal to k, right? What does that mean basically? Let's just say another example. It's like this. It's the same example, but consider this case, right? Okay, let's just take this full length, right? Let me write that again. A, 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 B, A, B, B, right? Now consider you have two pointers. The left is pointing here. The right has got to the end, right? And now if you see what is the size of it, right? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? Size of window you have got till end, so it's going to be 7, right? Minus the most frequent 1, 2, 3, 4, because A has appeared the most time within that window, right? And now how what are you going to get? You are going to get the value here from subtracting it 3. So my question is 3 is less than equal to k or it's greater, right? So is it less than equal to k? No. Why? Because 3 is greater than 2. So our condition does not meet. Now, if you see it, this is an invalid window. But let's just say if we have not chosen this seventh character, right? We have only 6. Now in this case, uh, let me choose the eraser, and in this case, okay, let me write it again. In this case, what we got, 6 minus A has appeared again 4 times, right? 4, which is got to 2, right? Is 2 is less than equal to K? Yes, it's not less than, but it is equal to K. So that's our valid window. That is correct in this case. So what does valid window will give you, right? In this six string, if you change, you can change two characters. Yes, I can change these two characters. And if you have changed these two, what do you get? You got your answer, right? For now, within this limited string, let's just say if there would have been more characters, within this string, you got your answer. Yes, in this string, I can get out the maximum age, that will be six, right? Similarly, now, right? You got the fundamentals. Now just you have to do the small things, right? How do we do it, right? In this method, what we do not do is we do not do it like checking with the each character like we did the brute force method. We keep a track of the max length and max frequent, right? See what we will do as we forwarding in the loops, right? As we moving, I'm sorry, as we are moving ahead in it, we will check it like most frequent. See here, A in this window, okay, you got only A. In this window, only got A. In this window, you got a B, but how many times B has appeared? It has appeared once, but A has appeared three times, right? So it will stay the same. And similarly, you will keep checking your valid window, right? And if at some point, let's just say this is the window, we will going to extend it, right? Let me see it. Let me write another situation. How do we do it in this situation? Let's say you've been given a string like this: A, B, A, B, B, right? We try to solve it with given constraint k is equal to 2. We saw, right? The biggest string we can get out is by converting these to A and it will be 6. Let's consider that is not the case. We have string bigger than this and uh, this is B. And let's just say you've been given a Z, 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 Z. These are 7 times Z, right? Like zebra, just like that. And if you see it, even though within that window you found 6 times A, but you ahead same window you have 7 times Z. So this answer will be the correct answer. So as you moving forward in the string, you will keep checking. Okay, the window I'm checking, the most frequent here, right? The most frequent is this window. Let's just say here you got A 6 times, but here when you move ahead, you found okay, I found Z 7 times. Okay, is this the greater or is this the greater? Right? This one is the greater. So your result will be updated. Max. Let's just say something you can call it any variable. Max length till this point it was 6, but when you get here is 7, right? And also you will update it. And what also you do is one more thing is check this part. Where are we? As we move forward, we will keep updating the value. uh, okay, and this. Okay, so when your window is not valid, right? We saw this case. We check the this part, right? When your window is valid, what you did, you checked it, right? And you updated it. If the window is valid, then we keep updating. Okay, that's true. So my most frequent will be updated, right? But what if it's not the case? In that case, you will move your left pointer. Let me explain it here again. What will we do in the case? Like, let's just say your pointer was left was pointing here, right was pointing here, right? What if the situation would have been something like this, right? The situation we were handling here. Hey, let me write it again. The video is going to be a little bit long, but you will understand it better. Let's say A, B, A, B, B, C, D, C, 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 D, C, 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 right? Let's just say. And now if you see it, right, what happened if the situation were true, right? The window was valid, then we did what point. But if the window is invalid, right? What is the invalid window? where invalid window is window size uh, minus most frequent character is less than equal to k, right? If the situation was true, this condition was true, we have done the what we did before, just did, right? But if it's not true, what we will do, let's just say our left pointer was pointing at this and our right pointer was pointing somewhere here, right? What we will do if the condition is not true, we will update the L to the next value and start checking again from this point, right? And also we do, you remember we had a hash map table where we were keeping track of these a. In our case, if a was like a was 1 2 3 4 5, right? It appeared 5 times, and till this point a has appeared how many times? A B C, okay, 1 2, it has appeared twice. Like now if you moved your pointer from this to this, the 1 has also decreased to 1, right? Because you have removed this from the window, right? So similarly, the right pointer you keep moving. This is if the condition does not meet, even if you go till this point, I think, like see, in this part you have the limitation of k, how many values you can replace is 2. So till here you can replace these two values. Let me choose a different pen. You could have removed this and you could replace this, right? Now 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7, the maximum result you could get out of this string is 7 A's, right? If you go to the next value, right, if this window you will pick, it will be a false. Why? Because if you get here, how many values you must replace is 3, but you are not allowed to do that. So in this case, what you will do, you will move the left pointer to this one that just we did, but also from the window one, the A has already, you have to decrease it because it has been eliminated. So you keep moving that, you keep updating your max most frequent value, and if you found a value which a bigger window which is validated, and then you will update that, and that's how you get to the solution. And yeah, let's try to code this part. How do we do it, right? Okay, I have already written code because I was trying to solve this problem before I was making this video. And yep, this platform is LeetCode. You can check it out. It's from a guy named Navneet, and he lives in US, I think, and he makes great video. You should check it out. And again, let's start a left pointer, which is 0. Let a result, which is also is equal to 0, and then we will have a map. I'm going to call it char map, which is basically a hash table, which is going to be a string. Here it's going to be number, and we started like this. Then 4, let right is equal to 0, and while right is less than s dot length right plus plus. And then what's our character that we are at? It's at s dot let char map dot set s right. If it doesn't exist, or it's we have to check it how many times it appears. S char map dot get s dot right dot not dot, but you get my point. And if it's 0 or plus 1, I don't have to make this, right? This is how we do it. And then we need a thing to check most frequent within the window. Less uh, more max frequent, let's call it max frequent, which is by default is 0. And we will have to check how many times within the window that character has appeared. And max frequent is equal to char map dot get s dot right, where our right pointer is pointing at, right? After that, we have to check if our window is valid or not, right? I think here I'm making a little bit mistake because it's not just that, we have also have to check if the old value is still stays true versus this new value, max frequent. So basically what we are trying to do here, I got a little bit confused. We are trying to see, okay, if the more like till this point, the A has appeared the most time, right? How many times it has appeared? One, two, three, four, five. But if you go forward till here, the C is appearing most time, right? Till that, how many times it appears? Four this, three this. It's appearing 7 times. So we have to check it. Till we were here, the most appeared value was 6, but as we are getting ahead, it is 7. But if you see here, right, if you got till this point, C has appeared only once, so you will not update the max frequent. The title will be still stay with the A, right? But as you get to the end, so the title will be taken from A, it will be given to C because C has appeared more times. So that's the part I'm trying to write. I have to just get my head around it. I got a little bit confused. And this is the thing we got till here, and I have to check if the new value that we have got is that the most time appeared or it's the previous value hold the title. And when we have do this, we have to check for the valid window. How do we check it? If our how do we check the size of the window? Right minus left plus 1 and minus most frequent, and I have to use one more bracket. Why it's giving me the error? I should have wrote max frequent, most frequent. Okay. Is it less than equal to k? If it's true, then what we will get? We will set the res is equal to math dot max is a res or our new window size. Right. And else what we will do? The we will set char map dot set s dot left. This point is important. When I was trying to learn this is what making me trip. Like what is going on here? I will explain this part again in the end. And if we'll see, we will set it to char map dot get s left, and it will be -1. Right. And in the end, we will return the res. I think the solution should be correct. Okay. Did I missed something? Okay, yes, left plus plus. Yup. Expected 2 arguments but got 3. Oh, hey, I knew it. No, the solution is still not correct. What am I missing here? I think this part is what I'm missing. I have need to do this bracket. Yep. See, that was a solution. So basically, this part was tricky because we have to move this left pointer ahead, and our window will also, as we move our right, we have to make sure we minus it here, right? This is we are minus subtracting from the hash table. Like, okay, the A is no longer 5, it's 4 because we have eliminated the first one. And as we move forward, we will keep eliminating those values so that the your hash table always holds the correct frequency of the values within the given window. So you have to take care of this. I hope this video you found helpful, even though this is my first video which I have tried to explain in this detail, little bit a complicated topic, but I hope it makes sense. All right, since then, till then, peace out. I don't know, MKBHD, I love that guy. Bye.